I moved to South Dakota 5 years ago for the peace and quiet. I'm not a social person, so living in a spot where the nearest neighbor was a long walk away suited me just fine. But 3 years ago, during one of the worst blizzards I've ever seen, that isolation almost cost me my life. The storm hit while I was at work. By the time I struggled back into my driveway, the wind was howling and visibility was zero. I ran to my front door desperate for warmth, only to find the lock was frozen completely solid. I was stuck. My truck was already getting buried, and I knew I couldn't sit in that freezing metal box all night. My only choice was to walk to the nearest house, a tiny, rundown place about a quarter mile away. The man who answered the door was named Joe. He looked ordinary enough, maybe in his 50s, but the vibe inside that house was instantly off. Joe was erratic. We sat in the living room, and he couldn't keep his eyes on me. He kept glancing at the corners of the ceiling or staring at the wall behind me like he was seeing through it. He'd start a sentence, then just trail off into a dead silence. I felt a chill that had nothing to do with the weather. I tried to sleep on his couch, but an hour in, I heard it, a heavy thumping and scraping coming from directly above me. My blood ran cold. This was a one-story house. There was no attic, no upstairs. Suddenly, a massive thud shook the ceiling. I bolted upright, and there was Joe, standing in the dark doorway, watching me. Before I could even breathe, he charged. He tackled me to the floor with insane strength, screaming that she was lonely and that I would be good company for her. I fought him off with pure adrenaline, grabbed my coat, and ran blindly into the blizzard. I didn't stop until I reached the next house. The family there took me in, and when I told them where I'd been, their faces went pale. They told me Joe's wife had vanished 10 years ago. No body was ever found, but everyone knew he'd done something to her. To this day, I still live in the same area, but every time I drive past Joe's house, I get an itchy feeling on the back of my neck. Because I know what's up there, and I know she's still lonely.